Seeing a lot of comments after I dropped my clothing brand, like, Shein has really fucked with a lot of you bitches' brains. Like, it's crazy. Like, you guys don't even know the price of good quality clothes anymore because all you know is fucking Shein. Your whole closet is fucking Shein. It's actually insane. And your whole closet is fucking fast fashion.
I'm sorry, but Dallas Mendoza should have never came out with that clothing line if he wasn't mature enough to take the criticism that his fans are giving him.
Becca Bloom is classless because no matter how softly you speak, if your career is made off of flaunting your wealth, classless.
Okay, please don't judge me for this, but I fell in love with a laptop case, but they don't make it in my 15-inch size. It's only in 14-inch, so I decided to buy a new laptop today.
I hate this concept of the right way to rich, like a Becca Bloom and a Mei Long. How we turn someone buying a laptop case and then buying a new laptop for that laptop case. How somehow that's like quirky and sweet. And how like blowing 60K on a night out is just like, oh, it's funny because like this person has a really fun cadence of their voice.
This video is for Becca Bloom. If you're not Becca Bloom, you can keep scrolling. Hey girl, what's up? I am curious. I have a question for you. Why do you post on TikTok? What is your, like, what do you get out of it? Do you want to be relatable? Because you're not. I'm gonna tell you right now.
So, I blacked out. Not a question.
5,900.
Every day on the
3,650.
oh my god.
3,200.
The internet is such an insidious place because, like, why are people mad at Michaela right now? Like, I genuinely don't fucking understand at this point. Like, what is this at this point? Like, they're like...
There is something almost unsettling about being on your phone in 2025. You would open TikTok or YouTube and see people casually unboxing bags that cost more than your rent, bragging about their $200,000 shopping hauls, or flying across the world just to take photos in front of the same hotel that everyone else already posted. And all of this is happening while the rest of us are figuring out how to stretch groceries for another week or watching rent inch higher every month. It's surreal, and honestly, is a little insulting. Influencers weren't always like this. Back in the early days, they felt relatable. You would see someone filming in their messy bedroom, just testing out a drugstore foundation, or sharing life updates like a friend. They weren't millionaires, they were people who felt like us. But somewhere along the line or along the way, that changed. A lot of that shift traces back to creators like Jeffree Star in the late 2010s. He made luxury the main event. It wasn't just the makeup anymore. It was mansion tours, vaults full of Birkin, and custom cars that were parked in the driveway. He basically turned wealth into a YouTube genre, and that became the new standard. The more expensive your life looked, the more successful you appeared. Fast forward to now, and that same formula feels out of touch. We're living through inflation, layoffs, environmental chaos, yet influencers are still treating money like a prop. Watching someone brag about $10,000 bag in the middle of a cost of living crisis doesn't feel aspirational, it feels disconnected. People aren't impressed anymore, they are tired. This essay digs into how we got here, from bedroom vloggers who felt human to influencer empires that have been built on flex culture, and why people are finally starting to check out. We will talk about Michaela Nogueira's viral $200,000 haul, those Mendoza's luxury brand flop, and Becca Bloom's new laptop, new bag moment. But more than that, it's about what all of this says about social media right now. A place where showing off matters more than substance, and where authenticity just got replaced by whatever looks expensive enough to trend. But that being said, let me introduce myself. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jewel, and this is the Plot Thickens. So this is a series where we don't just scroll past the drama, we dig into it. So basically I cover social commentary, influencer chaos, and everything that's been unfolding across your timeline lately. This isn't one of my where is deep dives, which I literally just started. This is a chill space where we talk, unpack the mess, and really get into what's happening online. If you're into that kind of content, because I realize that people really do love my deep dives, so if you're really into that kind of content, make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and drop an emoji about what's been going on in the commentary world that you would want me to cover next, because let's be honest, the plot always thickens. So part 1, origin of influencer and the rise of flaunted wealth. Back when YouTube still felt personal, influencers didn't need chandeliers or Chanel bags to hold an audience. They were just people, sometimes awkward, sometimes messy, talking about what they loved from their bedrooms. It felt like a conversation, not a performance. But then things changed. Enter Jeffree Star. He wasn't the first beauty YouTuber, but he might have been the very first to just make luxury the main event. In the late 2010s, Jeffree figured out that wealth itself could be content. Suddenly, makeup tutorials came with mansion tours and vault reveals. He had a literal pink vault made of bulletproof steel, complete with fingerprints and retina scanners, filled with Balenciagas, Louboutins, and a whole wall of Hermes Birkins. One of them was a rare Himalaya Birkin, which was said to be worth almost $400,000, and that's when everything shifted.
Now listen, you guys, I almost didn't film this video because there's always so many comments like, Jeffree, actually don't do your closet tour, you may get robbed. Now I want to say this, you guys, my house is a fortress. I have 3 armed guards here at all times. I have over 100 cameras, and to get into the vault, you have to have your retina scan, my fingerprint, and there is 10,000 pounds of bulletproof steel. So if someone really needs to come in and get what's in there, try me. So you guys, the pink vault, it does have an armed guard inside at all times, of course. It has all of my prized possessions. I've been collecting designer handbags for over 20 years, but even when I was broke, you guys, I would buy a purse that cost probably my whole month's rent, and then I would hustle to pay my rent just to have nice things. I've always been obsessed with designer, so the fact that I now have a place for all of it to sit is so magical. So you are about to see heirlooms from my family who are no longer with us. You are about to see some of the world's most expensive handbags, and it is very insane in there. So put on your gloves, put on your glasses, and let's get inside the vault.
Hi, how are you?
All right, you guys, now it's time to come in to the crazy vault. Now this is 10,000 pounds of bulletproof stainless steel. Of course, it's locked at all times. You are not getting in here. So of course, let me do my fingerprint and retina scan, and I'll be right back. Here we go.
Jeffree made showing off look profitable. Views went up, brand deals followed, and other creators just realized that the more extravagant that your life looked, the more people wanted to watch. What started as authenticity turned into aspiration. Fast forward a few years later, and influencer culture completely changed shape. Instagram became a curated showroom of designer trips and effortless luxury. TikTok was flooded with rich kid challenges and high-end haul videos. The whole thing became a never-ending highlight reel of wealth that was dressed up as motivation. But instead of inspiring people, it started to alienate people. Watching someone spend your yearly salary in one afternoon doesn't feel empowering, it feels exhausting.
Y'all are just jealous of Becca Bloom, and other rich person who insists on flaunting their wealth on camera for all to see amidst a recession in which many people cannot even afford to live. First of all, there are many valid critiques of exorbitant wealth that don't have anything to do with jealousy. But second of all, of course people are jealous. What else is the point of that content? Is that not what that content is supposed to elicit? Why else would you, as a modern member of the nobility, get on here to show the masses who cannot even afford rent all the ways that you spent their yearly rent on something that you'll toss to the side and discard at a moment's notice? Why would people not be jealous of that? If I sat there and ate food in front of you while you hadn't eaten in 4 days, would you not push me to the side and grab that food for yourself, actually? Fuck being jealous. You would take that food from me, because how dare I do that in front of you, eat in front of you without sharing my food whatsoever. Now, for the rich, it's even worse, because that money that they have is from you. And once you start to see the wealth that rich people hoard as your money, you'll start to see things differently. You'll even stop watching their content, because not only are they living on riches collected from you, but now they're actually feeding those riches back to you after they've taken them from you, so that you can make them richer. There's something masochistic about that. And there's something deeply inhumane to expect that people who are struggling financially to watch that kind of content and be completely at peace with it. And that content is propaganda to keep you hooked and to keep you from turning on them, to make you think that they are just like you. That content is here for literally counter-revolutionary purposes.
Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying that people should not enjoy what they've worked for. If you've made money, you don't have to hide your success or pretend to be broke. That's not the point. What I'm saying is that there's a difference between sharing your lifestyle and just making it your entire personality. There is a difference between enjoying luxury and using it to make others feel small. Somewhere along the way, the focus shifted from connection to comparison. We went from this is what I use, maybe it will help you too, to look how much better my life is than yours. And that's where influencer culture just lost its soul. What used to feel like friendship turned into a performance of wealth, where creators constantly one up each other and audiences are left wondering why their real lives never look as shiny. By 2025, flex culture has become its own echo chamber. Creators will be showing off to impress other creators while everyone else just watches with growing frustration. It's not that people hate success, they just hate when success just stops feeling human. That brings us to part 2. 2025, the real world is on fire, but influencers are still flexing. It's so hard to scroll through social media in 2025 without feeling a little disconnected from reality. Out in the world, things are rough. Everywhere you look, people are struggling to just keep up with the basics: food, rent, bills, etc.
I know the economy is literal shit right now, but why does everything have to just keep getting so expensive and like literally so unaffordable for so many people? It's ridiculous. I get my nails done. Yes, I took some time off. Yes, it is like a luxury that I can afford to get my nails done. But it's getting to the point that it's like a little bit crazy. Like $85 to get French tips. Like I don't get a manicure. I don't get anything crazy. $85. Like what is happening? I know things have to like go up in price, you know, with whatever. But like inflation, are you kidding me? It should not be this bad. Even with like apartments. Everybody wants to increase apartments and the rent. You're kidding. Nobody can afford it. My salary does not increase just because you want to increase.
Inflation has hit like a freight train and wages haven't caught up. And in the US, the cost of living has become people's biggest worry, even more than healthcare. Groceries that used to be manageable now feels like luxuries. Families are cutting corners, skipping non-essentials, and sometimes even the essentials just to stay afloat.
It's the 5th of September and I'm literally out of money for the month. I paid my bills, aka I paid my rent, which leaves me every single month with $600 left over. Next, my car payment. That takes another good chunk. Don't forget car insurance. Oh, also, don't forget, I went to the doctor one time. $100 finally got posted today. My electric bill. Electric bills have been going up like crazy. Like my bill used to be $45. It was $93. And then that isn't even me doing food. And if you know anything about food prices lately, frozen vegetables cost upwards of $1.50 to $2 a bag. Chicken, 2 chicken breasts the other day cost me $8. So yeah, it's the 5th of the month. I literally have basically no money left for the month and I'm not sure what to do the rest of September. So if you're in the same boat, please comment down below because I'm genuinely curious. Are we all in our 20s basically broke and have no idea how we're supposed to ever save for a house or have money left over in general every month?
A woman says she's exhausted by the fact that she can't afford rent even though she's cut back on eating in order to pay her bills. TikToker Aura Hardesty, like so many of us, was already struggling in today's economy. But then her rent increased by $500 a month overnight, going from $1,300 to $1,800. And as someone who grew up poor, she knows how to budget. But that huge rent increase has made cutting back even more impossible. And it's left her feeling the same way a lot of Americans feel right now, that she's overworked and underpaid. But weirdly, people on TikTok gave her a lot of blowback for sharing her situation. They accused her of secretly not having a job. They accused her of secretly being rich because she has a washer and dryer. One person even scolded her for using her ceiling fan. The whole thing was very weird. It's not like her struggles are unique. Food prices are still going up because corporations keep gouging us while pretending it's inflation. The national median rent is about $200 higher than it was 3 years ago. And even though rents have thankfully finally been declining for months, several studies have revealed that half of US tenants can't afford their rent. Why are we still pointing fingers at struggling people and scolding them for having their hair combed, something some yahoo literally yelled at this woman in her comments, instead of banding together to get mad at the people actually responsible for the system that's grinding us all to dust? The National Park Service, just kidding, I mean the people in Washington. Quit yelling at her and go call your reps or something. Nobody should have to cut back on eating only to still not be able to make ends meet. And unless you're a literal 1%er, you're a lot closer to that dilemma than you realize. You should be on her side.
And it's not just America. Across Europe, Asia, and Africa, prices for fuel and food have skyrocketed. People are frustrated, and that frustration is spilling into the streets. Strikes, protests, and public outcry are becoming the soundtrack of 2025. Meanwhile, the gap between the rich and everyone else just keeps widening. The people at the top are fine, even thriving, and while the rest are just running on fumes. Add the climate crisis to the mix, and it's just a lot to take in. We are seeing record-breaking heat waves, fires, floods, and storms every few months now, and experts say insured losses from natural disasters will reach an estimated $145 billion this year. That's not just a number, that's homes that have been gone, lives have been upended, and communities have been trying to rebuild while everything around them just keeps breaking down. Now, put that next to what we see online. People doing six-figure hauls, unboxing diamond jewelries, or showing off casual vacations to Bora Bora. The disconnect is wild. It's like living in two separate worlds, one drowning in crisis and the other just pretending that it doesn't exist. Influencers keep posting like it's still 2018 when living the dream meant designer bags and private jets. But now, that same kind of content just feels off. It doesn't come across as aspirational anymore. It comes across as insensitive. You see it in the comments, tone deaf, disgusting, read the room. People aren't jealous anymore. They are fed up because when the world feels like it's collapsing, watching someone show off a $10,000 outfit just feels almost like mocking. It's like watching people dance on the deck of the Titanic while the ship is sinking. And maybe that's what influencer culture has turned into in 2025. Maybe it's a glossy illusion of abundance that's been floating above a world that's barely holding it together. And that brings us to part 3, the influencers case study. So here we're going to speak about Michaela Nugura and the growing disconnect between influencers and real life.
So I blacked out kind of bad. So let's do my biggest luxury unboxing literally ever. Literally feel like Becca Bloom right now. Let's start with Prada. My shopping blog, this was the bag you guys wanted me to get the most. And it was not a question. It was not a question. This is so sick. It is everything. I absolutely love it. I'm so into animal print right now. I wanted a more casual fall bag, and I absolutely loved this Kago style. Like, this is just very everyday on the go Kago bag, and the color is really pretty. I love that it has 2 straps. You can tell it will fit so much. I love the little side pockets on each side. Then we have this big box of treasure. Went a little crazy with the bags. Oh my God. The mini with the shiny black. Oh my God. Like, I am gagged at how good Prada is right now. I love this. Night out with girls. Oh, bitch. Something else that sold me on this, as someone who loves to go to concerts, this is the perfect concert bag. So, I blacked out. Not a question.
5,900.
Every day on the
3,650.
Oh my God.
3,200.
This bag is one of Prada's
1,923.
This is one of the coolest
3,750.
comfy
2,050.
Heavier winter.
2,650. These are like the closest suede boots I can find. 1,470.
It's like a utility boot.
1,890.
Anything that gives me
1,150. 1,520.
it's a flat, but
975.
are you kidding me?
2,681. 530.
A pink sneaker.
1,120.
Top and score.
850. And 995.
Cute little shirt.
3,300.
Little Miu Miu tank.
862.
Brown Miu Miu t-shirt.
995.
T-shirt.
775.
Cropped sweater.
2,650.
The jacket to match the bag.
11,500.
Pink Miu Miu jacket.
2,750. 59,136, and that's just for part 1 of 2 videos.
So when Michaela Nogueira posted her 200,000 shopping spree, the internet basically exploded. For a lot of people, it wasn't just about the clothes or the money. It was about what that video represented. The timing, the tone, the sheer scale of it all. Because Michaela wasn't always that influencer. She built her audience as the relatable makeup girl who talked fast, who swore a little, and genuinely seemed to care about helping people find products that worked. She was down to earth, she was funny and human, but this time something felt off.
I ran out of time in my last video. I talked too fucking much. This is the bag. It's perfect for me, am I right? It's absolutely perfect. It's everything I'd want in a Chanel bag. It's my color. You push here to open it, and this is the inside. I also saw a really beautiful wallet. I really liked it. It was the perfect color for me. Comes in a really cute pouch. And here is the wallet. Bonnie vibes. I just thought they looked really cute together. Also decided to go to Louis Vuitton. Here is the box it comes in. Also comes in a nice cloth bag. Here it is. Oh my god. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the inside. It does have a crossbody strap. We got a really big one. Saw this, I had to have it. Cloth bag. Obsessed is an understatement. Oh my gosh.
In her luxury haul videos, Michaela showed off designer dresses, handbags, and accessories from brands like Prada, Louis Vuitton, and Miu Miu, with receipts totaling almost $200,000. It wasn't a collection that she'd built over years, it was one single shopping spree. She was clearly excited, walking viewers through each piece with pride, describing fabrics and qualities like someone who's worked hard and finally made it. And that's the thing, she has worked hard, she's built a massive career, she's launched a makeup line, she's collaborated with global brands and earned every bit of her success. And to be clear, I'm not against Michaela. I'm not saying that she shouldn't spend her money or enjoy the things that she's earned. People should be able to celebrate their wins without being policed for it. What I'm saying is that the way it's shared matters. There's a difference between celebrating success and flaunting it, between sharing your lifestyle and centering your entire identity around what you can afford. The internet right now is a pressure cooker. People are losing jobs, struggling to pay rent, and watching grocery prices just climb every month. So when they open TikTok and see someone spending $200,000 on luxury fashion in one day, it's obviously going to hit a nerve. It's not jealousy, it's exhaustion. It's the sense that influencers live in a world where empathy doesn't exist anymore. That's why Michaela's haul didn't just land as rich girl spends money, it came off as a disconnect. Like she's forgotten who our audience was and what made them love her in the first place. The girl who used to hype up drugstore foundation now seemed unreachable, wrapped in a designer bubble that most people can't even relate to. The backlash, of course, was huge, and Reddit threads, commentary videos, literally TikToks, everywhere you looked, people were calling it tone deaf, disgusting, or just unnecessary. Even her longtime fans said that they felt disappointed, not because she bought something nice or nice things, but because she seemed completely unaware of the world outside her own.
Michaela could not read a room if it were an audiobook. That girl had her sympathy for about 20 minutes and went right back to being insufferable as fuck. That's crazy.
The topic of today's video is Michaela Nogueira morally bankrupt. And of course, this is stemming from Michaela's luxury item haul that she did last week or the week before, and it's pretty crazy how much money she spent. And she's like makes a joke like, oh, I blacked out, and then proceeds to show over 2 videos upwards of like $200,000 to $300,000 worth of luxury items. And it's like, girl, half the people who are watching this video probably have like $4 in their account. Like statistically, that's got to be true, right?
I blacked out $122,310.
Michaela earned $7.8 million in the first 6.5 months of 2025. That is so much money. Oh my God. That's crazy. The overconsumption. For instance, when Michaela was doing her haul, she's like, oh, a night out with the girls. And I'm like, girl, you don't have friends. From what I've seen, she could. Okay. But like, from what I've seen, like, you don't really leave your house much and like, you don't really have friends. Also, are you trying to get robbed? Posting this type of shit's dangerous, especially when you don't have a wall around your house. You don't live in a gated community. Also, a lot of the stuff that Michaela bought is just absolutely hideous.
Yeah. And then she wrote it all off because she made content with it, which makes it fair game.
Did y'all see when Michaela was moving? So many shoes, like so just hideous shoes, might I add.
So let's just say she did spend $100,000 on that shopping haul. Well, that's really only 1.28% of her income. And if you make $100,000 a year, 1.2% of your income would be about $1,280. Let's just round it up to $1,300.
I don't like the fact that people are like uplifting this, and I think it's gross and acting like, oh, well, like you're missing the point. She could donate to the charity that she was supposed to donate to, and it allegedly didn't, and refuses to show actual like receipts and proof that she did when she sold her glam light collaboration palette and was crying about it. Hey, it's out of touch. The rage bait, which is why she makes any money online at all. I think that Michaela should absolutely pump the brakes. And I mean, you can be super famous on TikTok for whatever reason, but that can, I mean, if the OG YouTube beauty community has taught us anything, it's that don't last forever, okay?
Others pointed out that these kinds of hauls don't just show wealth, they normalize overconsumption, waste, and the idea that success is only real if it's expensive. Then came the conspiracy theory. Some people questioned if she even bought everything herself, or if parts of the hauls were gifted or staged.
It's an audition tape to get to work with these brands like Louis Vuitton and Chanel, if you ask me. And maybe it's not. Maybe it's Michaela trying to pivot out of the makeup space, which she's been in pretty heavy for the last 5 years, but it makes sense that she would try to kind of push out of it. But to me, if I was her, I would be trying to pivot out as well. And I think it's also coming at a really interesting time because there are a lot of kind of fashion influencers who are a little bit more trusted and seem to have a closer relationship with their audiences overall, that have said that they're not going to be buying certain luxury items. Like Madeline here, she said she bought this Dior bag, wore it a handful of times during her wedding week, and it broke. It's a $10,000 bag. And we have all been hearing the conversations about Miu Miu Gate with Wisdom, the fact that he bought $18,000 worth of clothes from Miu Miu. 2 things broke immediately from him unpackaging them. Talked to Miu Miu. They sent him new stuff and it broke again. The same pieces broke, whatever. And this actually perfectly harks back to what I was talking about with New York Fashion Week. If we want to save New York Fashion Week, we have to stop going to these traditional publications and websites and whatnot, because they're not really showing us all of the great stuff that's happening in New York Fashion Week. You have to go to smaller content creators. And I feel like this is a great example because a large content creator, and I also want to say notably someone who has kind of lied to her public before, like she's done brand deals and not admitted to them. She's made thousands, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands, maybe quite literally millions of dollars doing that. Yeah, it's hard to necessarily trust that she would be really forthcoming and honest about the quality of an item when other people who I think are a little bit more well respected in this space have been forthcoming and honest about their experience. And this is her way of saying, hey, like, I will work with these brands. I will hopefully get to be invited out to stuff and, you know, platform them, and I'll keep my mouth shut if anything doesn't go right. And I could be very well wrong because I don't know her. But it's just interesting, like I said, that she would have this massive haul at this time, during a time where, again, we're having a conversation about quality and luxury. Some people are talking about safety, and yeah, I would be really worried too. But even when talking about luxury and quality, and then thinking maybe someone robbing them, those bags don't appreciate really. You buy them and they drop in price. And the cheetah bags, the animal print, that's gonna drop in price. It's like very of the moment. Yeah, someone will like it on the resale market later, and it'll still probably go for half the price. But like that's insane. Also, usually people have insurance on things like this. I cannot imagine the insurance that she's paying each month for probably whatever she has. Like she dropped $100,000, and if she wants to get those bags back, yeah, she's gonna have to call insurance. Maybe not. I don't know. And lastly, and I saw this one, and people are like, "Oh, why does Michaela do it?" And people hate it. Becca Bloom does it, and people love it because Becca Bloom fits the idea of what a like high class, high fashion person would be. Right? That's really what it is. Michaela doesn't. Michaela lost weight, but she's still plus size. That's or seemingly plus size. She's very petite, so people see things differently. But I think she looks very tiny. But that's not the point. She lost weight. People hear the accent. People don't think she's educated, and they don't think she deserves nice things. And that's really what it is. At the end of the day, that's kind of annoying. Like I said, I think this is her audition tape to get an opportunity to work with these brands and highlight them, put them on the pedestal that they need to be on to still have aspirational customers. I think a lot of other fashion people and general content creators are either a little bit disillusioned or a little bit annoyed with the quality that's been coming out. And you can compare them with vintage pieces, which oftentimes more fashion forward people have. They have a different collection of things from different years, different archives, different, points in their own life where they were really excited about stuff. And I think that people who promote kind of vapid consumerism, maybe that's what some of these brands need right now to kind of push their narrative and then flood the For You page with, people saying how much they love it or being like gobsmacked at the price instead of hearing about, how $20,000 for some items you might get stuff that's broken or, you spend 10 grand on a bag and it's broken. But anyways, that's just my thoughts.
Others wondered if she had returned some items after filming like many influencers allegedly do to fake their luxury image, aka DDG, who can remember when the woman that was working in the luxury store actually called him out because he and Hailey Bailey tried to literally get her fired from her place of work because he went to go and return a 20,000 suit that he had obviously worn and was smelling like perfume. And when she was like, "Oh, I cannot collect it," and what she was earning was based off commission, he went to another store and then he blasted her online and he made people to come for her and she almost lost her job, even though that she had a very reasonable manager. Yes. Anyways, there were even conversations about tax loopholes, whether creators can write off their shopping sprees as content expenses. None of this was confirmed, but the fact that fans immediately doubted her sincerity just says a lot about how fragile trust between influencers and their audiences have become. And that's really the heart of it. The outrage wasn't just about the money, it was about the distance. Influencers started as people who felt close to us. We watched their growth, we shared their struggles, we saw them as reflections of ourselves. But the more they rise, the less we recognize. And when that gap becomes too big, when authenticity gets replaced by spectacle, people start to run away. I don't think Michaela meant to upset anyone. I think she saw her haul as a personal milestone, a celebration of how far she's come. But intent does not erase impact. When the world feels like it's burning, a 6-figure shopping video doesn't feel exactly empowering. It feels like a reminder of how divided everything has become. Some people defended her, saying women shouldn't be shamed for success or luxury.
So apparently everyone's mad because Michaela got some designer bags. But here's the thing. For the last few years, I have watched you haters and losers tear that woman down with every possible thing you could say to her under the sun. She's ugly, she's faking her accent, she's stupid, she's this, she's that, she's fat, there's no way she fits in a size 2, she's so ugly. All these horrible things. I've seen the comments, I've seen the videos, and trust she's seen them too, because last week she comes online and falls apart because she was brought to a point where she has to fucking say out loud, "I know I'm not a pleasant person to look at." And then the next week she turns around and she spends a good old chunk of that hate comment, hate watching money on something that makes her happy, and all of a sudden you want to be mad? All of a sudden you want to have any other reaction than, you know what, girl? Treat yourself. I don't think so. You can't have it both ways. And the craziest part is, you financed this operation and you're too fucking stupid to realize it.
The internet is such an serious place because like, why are people mad at Michaela right now? Like, I genuinely don't fucking understand at this point. Like, what is this at this point? Like, they're like, so apparently she went on like a luxury shopping haul or whatever, and she bought like a bunch of like super duper expensive bags, right? Cool. And so everyone's just like, oh my gosh, that's so disgusting. That's so out of touch. There are people that are dying. Whatever. Thing is, it would be one thing if it was just her comments, but I'm seeing video after video after video of people like critiquing her, being like, oh my god, she's so disgusting for this and what? Like, I'm like, no. It genuinely confuses me so much. Hear this. The number one reason people are saying that they're upset about like her and then her displaying her wealth or whatever is because look at the state of the world right now. Like, look at how terrible people are living right now. People are living in terrible, like dastardly, like horrible conditions, like can't pay rent, can't pay for food, and you're out here like spending this much money on bags. Disgusting. Right, cool. And I'm looking at that shit like, I don't know what the fuck that has to do with her. I am so sorry. Because the thing is, what I know, the people who have something to do with why your family and why the world is the way that we are people who are in fucking office, okay? They are in fucking office, and they're like fucking oligarchs and multi-billionaires who are working with them, and they're the fucking reason why you're suffering right now. So I do not understand what it is to see someone be like, oh yeah, like, so she's spending money that is her own, and be like, wow, that is, because she did, like, I'm like, she didn't hurt anyone. Like, she's not doing anything to anyone. She's at the same time of her doing this, Orange President posted a video of him at the White House being like, oh my god, like, look at me, American president, with my 24 karat gold diamond collection and like all of these like diamond collected things that we have in the US, whatever. That is a Kim, there are people that are dying moment, because this person has the actual ability to change the lives of hundreds of millions of people. It is his job to change the lives of hundreds of millions of people, and he's actively deciding not to, and to make it worse. You know, so being like, you know what, I'm super pissed at this person, to be like whatever, like at that person, I fully fucking understand, because that person actually, it is his actual job. It is his job to make sure that you can afford groceries, that you can afford gas, that you can afford to buy a fucking house. That is his actual job. Like, I don't understand what it is. And my thing is too about like her thing too. It's like this like projection that people are putting it onto her, as if like her showing her collection, or her showing the fact that she like bought all these bags or whatever, is her somehow showing off, which I don't understand that, because it literally, if you look into the context of it, she went shopping. There was like a vlog where she's like, I went shopping or whatever. And then someone asked her, ooh, like, can I get a haul? Like, can we get a haul of like all the things you bought? And there was not a single point in that video where she's just like, oh my god, like, I'm so much better than you because I bought this bag and it was like $7,000 and I bought this bag. Like, that's not, she wasn't doing that. She was just like, oh, I bought this bag and then I bought this one and it's really pretty, and then I got this thing and it's really pretty, whatever. Like, she just really liked it, right? So people decided to go out of their way to look up the cost of these items just to be mad. Just to be like, oh, like, this is another reason to hate this person. And I'm like, y'all just, at this point, y'all like being mad. I'm so serious. Like, y'all like to be mad, because it was like, she literally did it because she was asked to. She did it because she was asked to. Someone asked her to do it, and then she did it. And they were like, no, like, but I want to be mad. I want to be mad, and I want to attack someone online today. So let me fucking do that. And I'm like, and it's not even because I'm just like, oh my gosh, she's like a perfect person and that's why I'm defending her. It's just like, because I feel like the internet like is at a place where y'all just like love attacking people and just being mad at people for every fucking thing. And it's so irritating. And another thing that bothers me too is people being like, oh, I can't take her seriously. Where I think there's like a video that she posted like a little while ago about like feeling like she's insecure, like about like how she looks or whatever, right? And it was like a really like raw video or whatever. And people are just like, see, this is why I couldn't take that video seriously, because look at her and how wealthy she is. Oh my fucking god. You genuinely assume that the second someone has celebrity, the second someone has influence, the second someone has money, all of their problems magically go away. Let me tell you, when I was a kid, I loved Robin Williams. Like, Robin Williams was incredible. And that was because I was like that big of a fan. I just really liked Mrs. Doubtfire, right? I love Mrs. Doubtfire, and Happy Feet was like my favorite movie at the time, right? And Robin Williams was the GOAT to me, right? And to find out that he exited the earth on his own accord, knowing how successful he was, knowing how rich he was, knowing how talented and how much he seemed like such a happy, great person or whatever, I was like, bro, what the hell? Especially me seeing this happen from like a lower middle class, like immigrant household where we were living basically paycheck to paycheck. And I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, he has all the money in the world. Clearly he has no problems. Well, that's actually not true, because he genuinely just ended himself because of his problems. It's like genuinely you guys assume that like people are immune to feelings, immune to emotions, immune to pain, immune to just any kind of suffering the second they have money in their account. And for some reason, y'all use it as a reason to be like, now it's fine for me to be harsh to that person, to be cruel to that person, to be mean to that person, to berate them constantly because they signed up for it. I hate that. I hate that so much. People like, they're a celebrity, they signed up for it. They're an influencer, they signed up for it. No, that is an excuse for you to be a shitty human being. I'm so sorry. That is an excuse because you choose the things that you say to people. You choose how to talk to people. And if you're choosing to talk shit about somebody and be like, well, they're an influencer, no. You're a bad person. That's it. Sorry. That's what it is. Listen, I understand. I live here too. I see the prices going up. I see the job market and how fucking terrible it is. I see all the horrible things that are going down right now. And I understand that it must be so hard to like see that shit happening. And then you go and you turn on your phone and then you see somebody being like, look at myself. I'm living lavish. I'm doing all these different things or whatever, whatever. Like they're living their life that way. And that can be very annoying to watch, like very infuriating to watch. But I also feel like watching that video, I didn't see her as someone who was like bragging. She was literally just like, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm doing this. And then people went on their own volition to go and look up the cost of all the things that she bought to be like, oh my God, look at her. Look at how disgusting she is and whatever. And it's just like, dude, like direct your anger for the state of the world to the right people. Like there are people you should actually be pissed off at. The same fingers you're using to clickety clack and be like, oh my gosh, this person's out of touch, whatever, for just shopping. You could be using those same fingers to talk to your friends, your family, your coworkers, your classmates, and be like, we are going to talk to this representative, our representative, and be like, if you sign this bill, we are going to make sure you're not reelected this fall. We are going to work against you. We are going to fight for your opponent this fall. You know what I mean? You can literally be doing that. You could be like making sure that like you could be using this anger for something and actually directing it towards the right people. And before anyone is just like, oh my gosh, like really, like you're gonna do all of this for Michaela, like this person, whatever. Like honestly, like this isn't even really like truly about her, which I will say though, y'all do really be on her ass. Like y'all be on her ass for like, every goddamn day for like, and it'll be the stupidest shit. Like she's faking her accent. I'm like, that's really like that's like literally the dumbest shit. But anyway, that's not the point. But it's honestly not even about her. It's really about like the mob mentality that I see constantly on the internet, where y'all just feel like y'all will just attack someone like relentlessly. And my thing is, you know, when it comes to like racism, when it comes to like assault, when it comes to shit like that, I'm just like, hey, seize him. I don't care. But it's like but y'all will like literally like go and just like relentlessly go after someone for just anything. And it'll just like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like it's like when we say like, what, at least for me, like when I say eat the rich or whatever, I mean like the rich who are like actively hurting the poor to become rich, not just like a random person who like got rich off of making videos and is now buying Prada bags. Like I'm not like, that's not like, I don't like what. And there's another thing that's actually really fascinating about the situation that's honest. I just want to read like a paper on this. Like I want to be back in college and I want someone to like write a maybe I would want to write a dissertation on it. I don't know. But like there's another creator on here who also like, she does like content where she's like very like she's like, it's like very aspirational. It's like she has a very big house, you know, she's always buying like very expensive things, you know what I mean? And but she's like, she has like a very like sweet voice. Like I don't know if that plays into it as well, but like she has like a very sweet voice and she like the way she talks. Like I follow her. I'm like, yeah, she'll talk to people. She'll be like, oh yeah, like I got this thing or whatever, and she'll like, you know, she's like, oh these are my rings, and she'll show these things, and people will watch her and they'll just see her as like aspirational. Like they'll literally just watch her and be like, this girl, like this lady, like she's so cool, she's so fun. Like I wish, oh my god, like I wish I had that life or whatever, right? And so for me, it's kind of fascinating to me like how people respond to her versus how people react to like Michaela or like other people who like spend their money a certain way. It's like I just wonder, because I've also seen that with when people have seen like influencers or whatever, when they used to see them when they were like down and then like now they're up and they're like, they're not relatable anymore. Like it's just, I don't know, it's just like it's like all of that. It's just, I'm genuinely fascinated with like why it is like when certain people are spending their money, it's like, oh, like this is cool, this is cute, this is fun, it's aspirational. And then when other people are doing the exact same thing, because once again, like she's not spending your money, she's spending hers. Like I need to know like what is it that makes this specifically like so disgusting, but like the other person's not. Especially when I said like she didn't talk about the cost of anything, you know, just like the other girl, like she doesn't talk about the cost of anything. She's just like, oh, like this, I like this, I think this is pretty, I think this is cool. And then I saw this one video where people were like, well, this girl was just like, oh, I have no problem with like whatever she spent, I just feel like what she bought was ugly. Once again, and if you don't share the same taste as someone, that is not enough of a reason for you to be attacking them online. I'm just saying, I just personally, I feel like if you're going to be like if you're going to be bullying anyone, you should be bullying your representatives. But anyway, that is neither here nor there. Register to vote, by the way. There's an election right around the corner. If you live in Miami, you know how they push back the elections. Yeah, the deadline to register to vote is like next week. So get on that. Get on that. Thank you. All right, goodbye.
Unpopular opinion about Michaela Nogueira's $70,000 haul.
So, I blacked out. Kind of bad. So let's do my biggest luxury unboxing literally ever.
So I saw this video by a creator essentially berating Michaela for this $70,000 unboxing. And she was essentially saying, you know, how can Michaela be so out of touch to do a $70,000 Gucci Louis Vuitton unboxing when there are thousands of kids that are starving in the world right now, and just in general the economic state of the world is right. And she went on to say, you know, Michaela, you're not Becca Bloom. Now I might be confused, but what the hell is the difference? Billionaire does a $70,000 unboxing, influencer with money does a $70,000 unboxing. There's no difference. £70,000 or $70,000 is an obscene amount of money to spend on clothes. But yet, why are we berating one and not the other? And it seems to me like most people, the reason why they have an issue with Michaela doing it, aside from the fact that she's supposedly been pretty problematic in the past, is that Becca Bloom's wealth is unattainable, right? Like, she's a billionaire. Most people aren't going to see $1 billion in their life. Whereas Michaela, she's an influencer. She's got influencer money. And whilst, yes, she might have made a lot of influencer money, I think she's worth like 7 million at least. That's attainable to people. People see Michaela and they think, I could be that. And they don't feel that way about Becca's wealth. But here's the thing. It's her money. It's Michaela's money. And we might sit here and say, oh my God, you can spend $70,000 on a purse or a bag, and there's people that can't afford housing. That's mental. Of course it's mental. Of course it's crazy, but it's not new. People have been doing this since the dawn of time. What do you mean? It's the rich versus the poor. People have been spending obscene amount of wealth, and there are people that can't eat. It's always been obscene that people have always spent that amount of money on clothes, on bags, on shoes. And yes, the difference is they weren't flaunting it online, but she's not the first influencer to do that by any stretch of the imagination. And I'm sorry, but that's her content now. What would you like her to do? Pretend that she doesn't have that money? Because I feel like a lot of people also get angry at influencers when they come online and pretend to still be poor and they start cosplaying as poor. We have an issue with that, right? So what would you like her to do? I think another issue people are having is that Michaela is saying, oh, I blacked out and I just bought $70,000 worth of merchandise. Obviously she didn't black out. She knows she didn't black out. We know she didn't black out. So again, what's the issue? She's obviously saying that as a hook to get people interested in her video, right? We know that's not the case. She knows that's not the case. So what's the issue? Are we pretending like some people actually think that she blacked out and bought $70,000 worth of merchandise? Because I hate to break it to you, if you think that's the case, there's something wrong with you. And, you know, my point is, does this make Michaela a little out of touch? Of course it does. Like, there are kids that are dying in the Congo, in Palestine, and she's talking about an unboxing of worth 70. It's laughable. But we are all talking about things that are laughable. I mean, people spent half this week going on about Cardi B and Nicki Minaj beefing, and there are kids dying. Like, everything's relative. You can't be mad at an influencer doing this, but you're not mad when a billionaire does it? Didn't we say that billionaires hoarding all the wealth was a bad thing? I think, aren't we all just being a little hypocritical? Because if you came from nothing and then you suddenly had all this money, you wouldn't make an obscene purchase? I don't believe you. Yeah, you might not go online and flaunt it in front of other people, but that's kind of her job. Like, that's why people tune into her content. I'm not sure. I think the anger here is misplaced, and I think there's a hint of jealousy there.
And honestly, they're right, but there is a balance that influencers have to learn in this era, especially when so many people are struggling. It's not about pretending to be broke, it's about remembering that showing off isn't the same thing as sharing. Michaela's haul became a turning point in that conversation, not because she's the first to overspend, but because it showed how thin the line has become between aspiration and alienation. She's not the villain here, she's a symptom of a culture that keeps telling telling influencers to go bigger, flashier, and louder until they forget what people care in the first place. And maybe that's what 2025 is really exposing. Not that influencers have money, but that somewhere along the way they stopped knowing how to be human about having money. Hopefully that makes sense. And that brings us to Daud Mendoza, and the people are just used to Shein Price's disaster. So Daud Mendoza was one of those creators that everyone thought was harmless fun. I know about this guy until someone mistook him for James Charles, and he came on the internet and he was really mad about the fact that someone said that he looks like James Charles. In my own opinion, I think they do look alike, but I'm not saying that from a malicious point of view. I know why somebody may not want to relate to looking like James Charles, because that alone, have a video on James Charles, very problematic. So basically, from what I've seen on his TikTok, especially his early TikToks, they were goofy, funny, and low effort in the best way. Just a guy just vibing online. But when he launched his clothing line, Dynamic, I think that's how it's pronounced, Dynamic, the vibe just changed instantly. Instead of celebrating his new venture, his fans were furious. The second people clicked on the website, it was pure chaos. He had hoodies that were listed for $180, sweatpants around $80, t-shirts at $40. For a guy whose audience is mostly broke college kids and teens, that was fucking wild. People were like, what are we paying for? Is it a gold thread? The clothes, in my own opinion, they looked basic too, like nothing special, just plain hoodies with minimal designs. Is it one that said Mean Girl Energy or something like that? I can't really remember. And it felt like he was just trying to pass off regular merch as luxury streetwear, and no one was buying it, literally.
Behind me is Douse's new clothing line that he just dropped, which is Douse Dynamic, something like that. These are the designs we're getting. They're very simple. It's giving, as some people have said in the comments, Ross, potentially Forever 21. I don't really understand why anyone in this age would really want a shirt that says Mean Girl Energy, but to each their own. But I think that the kicker here is, one, the lack of like consciousness on the fact that this isn't really like a clothing line, it's giving a merch line. And then on top of it, those prices, they're a little bit tough, and those are prices that he already reduced now. They were more expensive than this before, which is why he got so much backlash in the first place. Which is crazy, because it's like you would expect someone who maybe has come from a place that's not being rich, and then now you're an influencer, you became rich, like have an understanding of like, hey, most of your fan base is not going to have the money to drop $75 on a basic red hoodie that says, what is it, Mean Girl Energy. Like, they're really not. They're probably going to find something like that on AliExpress, if we're going to be honest. So I don't know, what do y'all think? It's not looking so good. It's just not cute.
Then came the worst part, his reaction. Instead of listening to the things that people were saying, especially when it came to the price point, Mendoza just got so defensive. He posted videos basically saying that people were just used to Shein prices, implying that everyone complaining was cheap but didn't understand what quality cost.
Seeing a lot of comments after I dropped my clothing brand, like, Shein has really fucked with a lot of you bitches' brains. Like, it's crazy. Like, you guys don't even know the price of good quality clothes anymore because all you know is fucking Shein. Your whole closet is fucking Shein. It's actually insane. And your whole closet is fucking fast fashion. You bitches don't even know real fashion. Yeah, go on this one. Everybody's saying, like, oh, the sweats are overpriced, or oh, the sweater's overpriced. That's because it isn't fast fashion. It is made to order. Everything is made, like, with love, basically. The same way my fajas were made, it's the same way this is made. Like, I didn't fucking order a batch of clothes from China and put my fucking logo on it and then I'm throwing it out. No, it's here, made in the US, and it's made with, like, good fucking quality, real material shit. The sweats don't shrink whenever you throw them in the washer. The puff print on the baby tee and the sweater do not scratch off or fall off whenever you throw them in the washer. Like, everything is good quality. Like, we made sure of that. But you bitches wouldn't know that because all you know is Shein. Like, clothes that you can only wear 3 or 4 times before you wash them so much that they fall apart. That's all you know. Honestly, like, don't buy my clothes if you don't want to. That's fine. Like, it's not for you then. Like, go back to Shein. Genuinely, go back to Shein. It's not for you. My clothes is gonna be lasting clothes, for people that buy clothes that last, for people that wear their fucking clothes. Like, you're gonna wear your shit because it lasts for that long. Like I said, you bitches can't even wear your Shein outfits more than twice before that shit falls apart. And for those of you being like, oh, it's giving merch, it's giving merch. Okay, it's giving merch. I genuinely don't give a fuck. The first drop, if you really fucking paid attention, open up your fucking eyes and listen to the shit that I say, I literally said that I wanted the first drop to be versatile for everybody. Sweats work on everybody. Why is the first drop gonna be latex? Why? Not every bitch wants to wear latex. Some bitches are insecure as fuck. They don't want to wear latex. They don't want to wear the tightest clothes in the world. And I'm a bitch that's like, I want to make something that works for everybody. And this first drop, I wanted it to work for everybody. So I wanted sweats and a sweater. I don't even want to make any more sweats and sweaters no more for my brand. Like, I'm so over it. I want to do sexy shit now. Like, I'm in like my sexy era. Like, I want to just do really kind clothes now. Like, I'm so over sweats and sweaters because I've been wearing these sweats and sweaters for so long now. Like, I'm tired of it. So the next few drops are not going to be that. But like, just please listen, open up your fucking eyes before you comment. Like, you bitches are so dumb. It pisses me off sometimes, genuinely. But anyways, go shop.snapic.store.
And that one line just like set the internet on fire, because here is the thing. People aren't mad that he wanted to make something nice. They were mad that he made his audience feel stupid for not even affording what he put out. Because a sweatshirt is not like you're buying suits and blazers and you're going to work or something. The whole you're just broke energy just completely killed whatever goodwill that he had built up, especially when it came to his fans.
Yo, I just seen Dallas crashing out because nobody bought his clothes or whatever, or like people bought it, or I don't know, people were complaining about I don't know, but he was like, you bitches are so used to Shein, da 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 da. I think what he's not realizing is that I don't think it's the price, I think it's the look. I'm like, Negro energy, that shit is like so corny. Like, what? That's literally giving Shein. The quote is giving Shein, babes. Maybe the quality is good, but the quote, the font, the look is giving Shein. It looks like Shein. Because, like, people don't mind spending money on cute stuff that are high quality. Like, the Bee Project, I don't know if you guys seen her brand, but she's not really, I think Douse is more famous than she is. She made a brand, but her hoodies are actually fucking cute. Like, she sells hoodies for like $100 and people buy them. Why? Because they're cute and they look expensive, you know. And also, Target sells baby tees for $5. So $30 for an ugly baby tee is crazy. Yeah.
Like, dude, no one is expecting $5 clothes from Shein quality fabrics, but you cannot act shocked when your fans, most of whom are watching you from shared apartments, don't have $200 to drop on a hoodie with your logo. And it's not even about the hoodie at this point, it's about how he handled it. He came off like he forgot who he was talking to, the same people who got him where he is. Instead of saying, oh, I hear you, or explaining the cost behind the brand, which he later did after he was called out, he went straight to arrogance. That's when the switch flipped, because people just stopped laughing with him and they started laughing at him. The backlash just got so bad that he eventually had to work it all back. He announced price cuts on Instagram, slashing that $180 hoodie down to $75, even though he came out and was like he's not making any profits from it. But I don't know if I believe that, if I'm being very honest. But by then, no one cared because the apology didn't feel genuine. It felt like damage control, and honestly, that price drop just proved everyone's point that the original prices were ridiculous to begin with.
Okay, let's talk. I want to take a minute to talk about all the feedback that I have gotten about my clothing line, the prices, everything. Talk about it and talk about the price drop that I just did. First off, thank you all for clocking me, being honest, and letting me know exactly how you feel about the prices and everything. As for the pricing, I hear you guys and I'm listening and I did something about it. So we decided to lower the prices across the entire collection to make it way more accessible. These are the new prices. Mean Girl hoodie is $75, Mean sweatpants are $50, baby tee is $30, baseball hat is $30. I know, this is what it should have been from the start. Listen, before you guys fucking come at me and be like, Dallas, why the fuck didn't you do this from the start? I tried.
Okay, I'm not kidding. I tried. If you have already placed your order, do not worry. You will be refunded the difference. You probably already got it refunded because I know they did it last night. So yeah. And for you chismosas that are curious, George, and you're wondering how the fuck were you able to lower this down? Why didn't you do it from the start? Well, just know, like, we lowered it down to this price. Now, neither of me or my partners are making profit for this collection. And I truly do not care. I just simply want you guys to have my designs in your hands. I want you guys to feel the quality, the textures of everything, and so then later on you decide whether it's good enough quality for you to purchase in the future. Here is something else I want to show you guys because I am seeing a lot of comments and it is just annoying at this point. People not listening, not paying attention, not wanting to pay attention, just wanting to comment the worst comment ever, just to hate. Almost everything, if not everything, is nearly 100% made out of cotton, okay? The sweater is 84.95% cotton, 15.05% polyester. That 460 grams is how much it weighs. If you are gonna hate on anything, make sure you do your research about this. A 460 gram sweater is good ass weight. It is a heavy sweater. It is comfortable. Please do your research on this before you come and hate about the quality. All I really wanted from this first drop is for you guys to get your hands on my collection so you could feel the quality and just feel how good it feels. Like, it feels good, okay? It is not cheap quality and it's really good and the sweats are really comfortable. It sucks that I wasn't able to price at the price I wanted to price it at since the very beginning and I had to go through all this just to then be able to get the price that I originally wanted. But shit happens. We're here now. For those of you that did already purchase with the original price, just know I love you so much. Thank you so much for the support. And even if you weren't able to purchase, but you wanted to, but you couldn't because of the price, thank you. Honestly, your guys' support means the world to me. Genuinely, I would not be here without you. I know we all see the hate comments. I know they're saying a whole lot of shit. I don't care. I know who I am as a person. I know where I come from. I know why I do what I do, why I'm working as hard as I work. Literally just for my mom. Of course, I want to come out with clothing pieces that are going to be affordable and accessible for everybody. But I also want to come out with shit that is going to be luxury. Like, fuck, let a bitch live. This collection was not going to be luxury from the start, okay? Like, this set, I know it's tacky. I know that was literally the whole point of it. The whole point of it was really supposed to be a clapback to hating ass bitches. Like, literally go look at the launch video. Go listen to the voices in the beginning of the video. It's literally a clapback. That's all it is. It's just me being petty as fuck and being like, bitch, you think I'm mean? Okay, put it on a shirt, sell it. I listened, I heard, I'm gonna do better. I promise y'all more affordable items. Trust me, but it's okay. Doesn't matter. I love you guys. Hope you enjoy the new prices. And yeah, shop dallasdynamic.store and please stop spreading so much hate. I get it. I can come off as a bitch. I can come off as mean. I can come off as stuck up and what's the opposite of, oh, unhumble. That's fine. That just means I'm not for you. Block me, unfollow me, move on. Seriously. I'm really grateful to have these partners I'm working with to be able to do these sacrifices for me and with me. And I'm also really grateful for you guys to be pushing me to do better. Thank you guys. I love you so much. I'm gonna go enjoy my trip now. Peace, suckers.
Dallas Mendoza hasn't even let the video been up for a minute and he's already filtering the comments. People are saying 75. How much was it before? Next time, be more respectful to your followers. Stop folding the comments and take criticism. What you're doing right now ain't cute. I would not pay to wear that shit. Again, it's not the price, it's the design. People don't want to label themselves as mean girl energy. Well, girl, we still don't want it. And I'm still not buying anything. So even though Dallas Mendoza stuck to his word and did what he said, and now he's trying to take accountability for his actions, fans are just fed up and they're done with the disrespect from him saying that, fine, we don't know fashion. Well, we're not going to buy your fashion, sis. So they're done with his mean girl energy because they don't want to be labeled as mean girls because we're girls. Dallas Dynamic had to put out a statement for customers that already placed their order and they will be getting a refund in 1 to 2 weeks.
On the Dallas Mendoza clothing line scandal. Up this morning to an email saying I received a refund. Firstly, I thought, oh God, has the order been cancelled?
Dallas, why the fuck did I just get a refund? Like, hey Diva, what's going on? It literally says I got a refund for $92.10, but everything was like added back to my cart, but the price was lower, so maybe he just lowered the prices of everything since you bitches couldn't stop complaining about the prices. So, hey, I don't know. I just want to know, will I still get my stuff?
Dallas Mendoza is a perfect example of, LA does change you. Money changes you. Fame changes you.
are you good? Are you okay? You know what I'm saying? Because I used to watch that girls, you know what I'm saying? He's not one of the girls, but he was one of the girls, girl, you know, very wholesome, humble. He was fun to watch. And over time, it's just like you surround yourself with these people from LA, and now you got money, and now it's just most basic clothing line of all time, overprice it, and then the first thing you say in response to people, you know, complaining is, oh, y'all don't know fashion. Shein has ruined you bitches' mind. Are you dead ass?
Like I said, you bitches can't even wear your Shein outfits. Some bitches are insecure as fuck. I don't even want to make any more sweats and sweaters no more for my brand. Like, I'm so over it. Like, I'm tired of it. This is not a cash grab, okay? I couldn't care any less about money. I truly don't. Money is farthest from things. I have said no to 6-figure brand deals just because it doesn't align with me or my brand, and I'm not gonna lie on something that I don't like. I don't care about money, okay? I will literally tell my partners right now to drop the price, and I just get no money from it because I truly don't care. I just want to share my designs with you guys. And
Oh, well, it seems like even though Daus Mendoza took efforts to make this right and slash the prices in half, it seems like people still don't want it and they're not taking the apology. Ooh.
To be fair, I don't think Daus is evil. I think he just got caught up in the influencer bubble where everyone just thinks they are a brand now. And the problem is he forgot that his audience wasn't made up of influencers. It was made up of regular people. People who buy clothes based on what they can actually afford, not how premium it sounds. And the Shein prices comment that he mentioned, that's gonna haunt him for a while, because what it really said was, I'm not one of you anymore. Like, literally, that's how I interpreted that. And the whole appeal of Daus was that he was one of us. He was a guy who didn't take himself too seriously. But once he started lecturing his fans about how they just don't get luxury, that relatability literally vanished, because this guy used to review Shein clothes at the start of his TikTok career. In the end, Dalmastic became a crash course in what happens when influencers forget their audience reality. You can build a brand, you can chase success, but the moment you start to look down on the people who got you there, it's going to be over. The internet loves a glow up, but it hates arrogance even more. Now let's speak about Becca Bloom and the everyday luxury pop. Becca Bloom is one of those influencers who doesn't even have to try to look rich. It's just her whole vibe. Her TikToks are like glossy magazine pages come to life. Luxury hotel suite, designer bags, soft-spoken morning routines in pristine apartments that look straight out of Architectural Digest. She's often called a rich talk influencer, and honestly, the name fits. But unlike creators who built their wealth from their platforms, Becca didn't start from nothing. Her family is already rich, old money rich, and that's what makes her content so divisive. Yo, old money rich, I feel like that's a different level of rich. Like I'm not gonna lie, like being born into riches, my dad had to work hard. I watched my dad work hard to be where he is in life, and I'm going to work hard to be where I see myself, because my children, I don't want them to come to this world and suffer.
Hi guys, I realize most of you don't know me yet, so today I'm going to do a little get to know me session. I started this TikTok account a week ago, and it was literally for my cat, to edit that cat video at the start, and I never knew that people would actually want to watch me. So I'm from the Bay Area, from a little small town called Atherton. I went to school in Los Angeles where I studied business, economics, and minored in law. My fiance and I met at a little coffee shop in Palo Alto when he first moved down from Canada, because that's where he's from. He works in tech, and so does most of my family. I want to give my parents as much privacy as possible, but obviously they're extremely successful, and they're both entrepreneurs working in tech and real estate. But that doesn't stop me from working as hard as possible to be the best I can be. I think it only motivates me. I love dogs. I have a dog right now and a cat, as you guys have seen, and I have had like 5 dogs throughout my life. Their names are Lucky, Bubbles. Okay, that was my dog. His name is Happy. I have always loved shopping and anything to do with fashion. I grew up doing ballet, tennis, and surprisingly Math Olympiad as well. I hope at least one person found this interesting. If not, I'm sorry. I'll go back to regular scheduled programming.
But anyways, for some people, her videos are harmless escapism. She's calm, she's pretty, she shows pretty things. Like even when I was watching her video, like I'm not gonna lie, it was like calm and everything. But for others, it's so hard to watch someone living that far removed from reality and acting like it's just another Tuesday. One video that pretty much summed it all up was when Becca bought a brand new laptop, not because she needed one, but because her designer laptop bag was too small for her current one.
Okay, please don't judge me for this, but I fell in love with a laptop case, but they don't make it in my 15-inch size. It's only in 14-inch. So I decided to buy a new laptop today to fit that laptop case.
Yeah, she literally said that she got a new MacBook so it would fit. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, when I watched that video, I was so stunned that instead of just returning the bag or picking a different one, she threw thousands of dollars at the problem. And the internet, obviously, they did not let it slide. Like even on Reddit, people were saying things like she bought a new laptop to fit her new laptop bag. That's her version of problem solving. And it wasn't done maliciously. Becca doesn't come off as arrogant or loud about her wealth, but that's what makes it so tricky. She's polite, she's well spoken, she's almost soothing, yet everything she posts still quietly screams money. The kind of wealth where consequences don't exist. That's the privilege bubble that people keep talking about, where money cushions your life so completely that even your smallest inconveniences just get solved with a credit card swipe. Her content raises this weird question about what relatable even means anymore, because even when influencers like Becca aren't bragging outright, the constant display of wealth just still creates distance. It's not about envy, it's about how normalized excess has become. And people say that they like her energy, that she's not mean or showy, but they also admit that it gives them the ick sometimes. Because I even saw a video, someone was like, this video is for Becca Bloom, and if you're not Becca Bloom, just, you know, move away. And the person literally said, Becca, I don't understand, what are you posting for? Like, what are you posting your content for? Because I don't know why you're posting, because obviously I don't think your audience are the people who are following you.
This video is for Becca Bloom. If you're not Becca Bloom, you can keep scrolling. Hey girl, what's up? I am curious. I have a question for you. Why do you post on TikTok? What is your, like, what do you get out of it? Do you want to be relatable? Because you're not, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's not happening. Is it just to, like, show your lifestyle? Which, by the way, really not a good time for that. It's really not a good time for that. Or is it to, like, de-vilify billionaires? Because also, girl, not a worthy cause. Not a worthy cause. No one should be liking billionaires, really. We shouldn't. We shouldn't. You have so much money, you should give some away. Seriously. So I'm just curious. What is it, like, why do you do it? What do you get from it? I mean, you're not doing it for money. I haven't seen you do a brand deal. That would be crazy. That would be really crazy if you did a brand deal. But just, who are you trying to, like, who are you trying to impress? I don't see any other billionaires on here but you. Do you think the billionaires are, like, talking about you behind your back? I'm not trying to be mean, but if I were a billionaire, I saw another billionaire showing off their caviar breakfast with their $1 million spoon and their private chef that makes food for their dogs, I'd be like, the brokies aren't gonna like that. And we don't. I don't. It's not really a lifestyle I care to look at, because there's a certain level of wealth that's just unethical. You can't be. It's just not a good look. So if you're gonna go be a billionaire, please be quiet about it. Make other content. Be a workout influencer or something. Just food for thought.
And also, and saw another post where someone was like, you people normalize and praise Becca Bloom for her showing off her wealth, but you guys chastise Michaela Nogueira.
We're never going to have class consciousness, because tell me how someone like Becca Bloom can excel on this app with people in her comments like, oh my gosh, love you. Or it's like, pick an outfit with me and you're all like, oh my gosh, number one is so amazing, so you. And that outfit is worth your entire life savings threefold. And don't tell me that I'm a hater, because then you will all go into someone like Michaela's comments when she does a luxury haul video and absolutely slander that woman. Because you will still go into influencers' comments and literally call them tacky and out of touch. But your favorite billionaire gets love hearts and kisses. The wealth gap is bigger right now than it was before the French Revolution, okay? Just let that sink in for a moment. It's not obvious in this world, but don't get it twisted. If you want to look at something like Game of Thrones, for example, the rich right now are the people in the castles, and we are not inside the city walls, we are on the outside of the city walls. Should we be grateful for the things that we have in life? Yes. Should billionaires exist in this world? No. And the fact that they are comfortable to be on this app flaunting their wealth is a problem, and that is our fault. The system that we live in right now is designed to not let you think, and that is the problem. When you don't think, you don't see these things. So please start thinking.
So people are just a bit, in between when it comes to Becca Bloom. There is only so much luxury that you can watch before it stops being relaxing and starts feeling alien. Becca is not the villain here. She's just another example of how detached influencer culture has gotten, even when the tone is soft and wholesome and the message underneath is the same. Basically, it says money fixes everything. I think that they genuinely surprised me because it all points down to the same thing. The internet's new normal is excess, and a lot of people are finally starting to feel weird about it.
Am I the only one that thinks that the Becca Bloom thing is like weird overconsumption porn? And it almost reads like a psyop, like trying to make billionaires more relatable. I don't find it aspirational. I don't find it entertaining. I've watched a couple of her videos, and it's like she's heaping caviar on things for her dog. She is sitting in like a nicely lit room with like a crown of Hermes bags behind her. Like every single video, she's unboxing this extremely rare, ultra rare Bulgari jewelry that could pay for, a house for me 10 times over. I don't find it cute. I don't. I think it's fucking weird. I think it's weird that we're sitting here watching this woman regularly, like weekly, spend like $500,000. Because I don't care if brands are sending her shit or she's getting some of it paid for. Half of that shit she's paying for herself, which means she is spending what is probably a yearly salary for most of us, like in half a month. She's getting jewelry, she's getting bags. It is so garish and over the top and distasteful, and I don't really see how anyone finds this like a fun little cutesy thing to watch. I find it horrifying, like to sit there and look at the disparity of wealth between the richest in this country and the poorest in this country. If I had that level of money, I would buy a house for myself. I would decorate it nicely. I'd get myself nice skincare, nice things, but I wouldn't be flaunting materialistic things, hawking TikTok shop things on my shit like day in and day out. Like I don't know. It's like to me it's like weirdly dystopian. Like it's as if, we're watching President Snow's distant cousin. Like, like look at this beautiful gold goblet. It's weird. I just know myself, and I know if I had that amount of money, I would make sure I was comfortable. I would make sure my loved ones were comfortable. Maybe I'd have an extra house here or there, but I'd spend a lot of that money on giving back, like donating to sick kids, donating to animal shelters, donating to domestic violence shelters. Like if I had that amount of money sitting in my hands, I just know I would go out and try to change someone's life every day. Like I would go out on the street and find someone and I'd be like, here's $200K, like pay off your mortgage, And the thing is, I wasn't raised that wealthy. So I don't know what it's like to have that level of wealth available to me at all times, to never have had to worry about anything. I have never experienced that. But I know who I am. I know my character. And I know that I wouldn't be sitting in front of my fucking phone. She bought like 3 iPhones at once. Just to flex. And you guys think this is like a cool, relatable role model. What the fuck are you smoking? This is weird. All of this is weird. I personally don't think we should be platforming people who wouldn't spit on us if we were on fire, but that's just how I feel. So last thing I'll say, but you guys really don't find it weird? Like being like, wow, another $500,000 diamond necklace. Oh, a ruby. Oh, a sapphire. Oh, more caviar. Like, this does not, like, are our brains rotted? This is strange. This is a strange way to act on social media.
Sometimes I feel crazy watching comments under very rich people's TikTok hauls during a time like this, especially. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I hope this is not a reflection of the real world. And I'm so glad that it's not, because apparently this is a poster that was at a protest in the US. $10 million spent on this, and it's, you know, all of Becca Bloom's junk that she promotes. And it just tells people what these millions could be used for in relation to Gaza. And I just love the quote about it's time to end the public acceptance of greed and indulgence. Stop putting billionaires on a pedestal and saying that they're riching right because they are humble. No one is riching right if they're not actively speaking and fighting against the atrocities that are happening in the world right now.
I hate this concept of the right way to rich, like a Becca Bloom and a Mei Long. How we turn someone buying a laptop case and then buying a new laptop for that laptop case. How somehow that's like quirky and sweet. And how like blowing $60K on a night out is just like, oh, it's funny because like this person has a really fun cadence of their voice. Billionaires and millionaires used to, you know, make libraries and infrastructure. Like, if both Becca and Mei Long went through the comments and legitimately paid off the debt of every single commenter that commented, they literally wouldn't even notice that money was gone. In 2021, it was the first time I ever made just into six figures, like $110,000. I haven't made that much since, but I felt so rich that I would help friends out with their rent, I would buy their groceries, I gave $4,000 to Planned Parenthood, because I knew what it was like to just have nothing, to be so poor that I was having to literally turn tricks on the street, like suck a dick for a Chipotle gift card. Do not take kindness and affectation for empathy, because rich people will just never be on your side.
Gotta stay hydrated for the amount of cardio I'm about to do.
Alright, a bunch of you guys were commenting on my last video about Becca Bloom, so let me do a breakdown of her haul. I guess she always does like these crazy ass hauls, but this is her most recent Hermes one. Oh, also one more thing before I start, the prices that it shows on the picture are in euros, so I'm gonna say the amount in dollars. 5,500, 1,872. So for this Cali bag, you obviously can't buy them on the fucking website, but this is a price that I found on another website. 27,269. 5,265. 6,084. 8,307. This one's already in dollars, so 1,450. 1,872. 2,691. 2,223. 526. Alright guys, so that brings the grand total for all these items to 63,059. Honestly, not gonna lie, most of the items that she got I actually really like, and it's actually pretty interesting getting like all the prices and shit, so let me know if I should make this into a series. And
so now that brings us to part 4, the psychological toll of influencer flex culture. You ever scroll through your feed and feel weirdly bad after, like you were fine a minute ago and now you're questioning your whole life because someone on TikTok just unboxed a $10,000 bag and hopped on a private jet for work? Well, not me. I don't know, I swear to God, yeah, not me. It takes a lot for me to be jealous or envious of people, or at worst just question my life because of what other people chose to do on social media, because I understand that social media is not real life. But the thing is, we cannot deny that this is a kind of collective headspace right now that people are in. In 2025, the gap between real life and social media life just feels like a canyon. People are worried about rent, about climate disasters, about grocery bills, while their feeds are filled with people casually spending six figures on essentials. That constant contrast does something to you. It messes with how you see yourself, your worth, and your sense of what is normal. It's not new that social media makes us compare ourselves to others, but the scale is different now. There have been studies that have literally found out that the more people spend watching influencers, the worse they tend to feel about their lives. The cycle is simple. They post So people scroll, people envy, people buy, and you start feeling like everyone else has it figured out. More money, better skin, better vacation, and before you realize it, you're swiping your card trying to chase that same feeling of enough. Influencers, they know this, and brands definitely know this too. The system runs on envy. That's why luxury hauls and what I spend in a day videos are everywhere. The point isn't to make you feel good, it's to make you feel like you're missing out, so you buy something to fill that gap. It's emotional manipulation dressed up as entertainment, and for younger people it's even more damaging. When you're still figuring out who you are, seeing someone your age live like a billionaire can mess with your expectations. Suddenly success doesn't look like the stability or happiness, it looks like a closet that's been full of designer bags. Some even try to keep up with influencers through credit card debt, maxing out finances just to own one piece of that lifestyle. The whole system just feeds off insecurity, and it's so exhausting. But there is a shift happening. People are starting to snap out of it. Gen Z especially is over the fake perception of perfection. The same luxury hauls that used to get millions of likes now get eye rolls. You'll see comments like, "Who's paying for this?" or "Girl, read the room." That disillusionment has given rise to something new, and that is the influencing. The influencing blew up around 2023 and hasn't really slowed down since. It started as creators openly telling people not to buy overhyped products. Some admitted that they were tired of selling things that they did not believe in any longer. For a moment, it felt like a collective exhale. People finally admitting how fake influencer culture had become.
For the next 40 seconds, I'm going to de-influence you and bring it back to reality. Weekly or monthly clothing hauls is not normal. Shopping designer casually like it's the same thing like shopping at Aritzia is not normal. Traveling frequently to luxurious destinations is not normal. Buying the newest tech gear as soon as it comes out is not normal. Regularly dining out at expensive restaurants is not normal. I'm here to remind you that most people live normal lives, and that's not it. For the people that you see online, you can't see their potential credit card debt, you can't see their investment portfolio or savings, and you can't see their card payments. So remember that what you see online is just a sliver of the truth, and keeping up with the Joneses is not worth the stress and crappy finances that may potentially come along with it.
You're not going to want to hear this, but I don't care. So I'm going to be de-influencing you in 20 seconds or less. Let's go. You can go to bed in an old t-shirt and shorts. You do not need to be spending over $100 on a luxury pajama set. Traveling often over the span of a year is actually not as normal as social media has made it seem, so you should not feel bad because you can't afford to take 5 trips every single year. Weekly or monthly clothing hauls are not normal. Spending over $300 on a single shopping trip is not normal, and you should not feel bad because you can't do the same. You do not need more than one reusable water bottle. The concept of reusable water bottles are that you can reuse them. Why do you need 6? I actually hope this video ruffled some feathers and de-influenced you in one way or another. Comment down below one thing I mentioned that you actually agree with.
De-influencing you. Bestie, I hate to say it to you, but your purse already has 6 lip balms. You don't need another one. I don't care if it's the new flavor. No.
You don't need 50 different workout sets.
No.
And in different colors. 2 or 3 are good.
Hate to do this. Ooh, I love my House's CB dresses. If you're gonna spend $250 on a dress, you better have a lot of places to wear that damn dress.
Yeah. You don't need more than one reusable water bottle. Think about that next conference or tabling event that you're going to go to and they're going to give you a free reusable water bottle.
I get it. We're in lonely times. The answer a lot of people come to is, oh, I need a dog. I need a cat. Hey, guess what? Think about it. You gotta take the dog out at 10 p.m. Make sure it doesn't piss on your floor. Ooh, can't go on vacation without getting a dog sitter. Do your research, take your time, and do not impulse buy an animal.
No, the seasonal plates and cups. They're so cute, but if they're over like $15, $20, like girly.
I'm sorry, you don't need a glass from Anthropology with a pumpkin and a bat on it.
You don't, it's so cute. But
Of course, as always happens online, the trend eventually got watered down, and a lot of the influencers just started pushing cheaper alternatives instead of questioning the system itself. But the message stuck. People are craving honesty now. They want influencers who say, yeah, this was gifted, or I saved for months to buy this. And even I'm struggling too, because realness is literally the new currency. At this point, influencer culture feels like a mirror, one that has been warped for years but is finally starting to crack. We are seeing the reflection of what it is, that is curated, performative, and built to make us feel like we are always one purchase away from happiness. And maybe that's why so many of us are finally looking for something different, or content that doesn't want us to feel like we are falling behind but reminds us that we are doing just fine. And that brings us to part 5, a turning point for influencer culture. It kind of feels like the internet has hit its limits with influencers who live in a different reality. Everywhere you look in 2025, someone is getting dragged for showing off too much, spending too much, or just acting like the rest of us does not exist. The comment sections are louder, the callouts they are faster, and the patience for flex culture is basically gone. And trust me, T-Spill and other two channels are out there to like call people out. People are literally fed up. They're tired of being sold fake dreams by people who pretend that luxury is a personality trait. They're tired of influencers calling $200 affordable, or claiming that they work so hard while filming unboxing videos from 5-star resorts. The audience has changed, and people do not want perfect anymore. They want real. They want creators who actually get it, who understand what it's like to live in a world where prices are up, stress is high, and flexing feels gross. Even the marketing world is catching on. Brands are realizing that the old formula, hire someone flashy and hope that their followers buys whatever they post, isn't working like it used to. There is too much distrust now, and everyone just knows how filtered, sponsored, and fake a lot of this stuff is. So brands are pivoting. They are talking about authenticity again, about wanting influencers who have genuine connections with their audience and content that aligns with real values. Basically, being a decent human is trending again. You can see it in how some creators are shifting their approach. More are posting about sustainable fashion, budgeting, mental health, or using their platform for social issues instead of non-stop hauls. They are not perfect, but at least it feels more grounded. The kind of content that says, hey, I'm figuring it out too. It hits way harder right now than look at my new Birkin. But let's be honest, the influencer industry isn't dying anytime soon. The money is still insane, and the algorithm just still rewards shock value. The flashier the content, the better it performs. Luxury drama and chaos still gets clicks. The market keeps growing. In 2022, the influencer world was worth $16 billion. In 2023, it was worth $21 billion, and it's still climbing. So while people might be pushing back, the machine itself isn't slowing down. That's the irony here. We hate it, we complain about it, but we also keep watching it. Envy still sells, and advertisers, they know that. So as long as outrage and excess brings engagement, influencers will keep walking that fine line between being admired and being despised. Still, there is a shift happening underneath all the noise. Audiences and people are just learning their power. We've seen influencers lose brand deals, followers, and credibility for being tone deaf, and that is something that is new. A few years ago, they could do anything and still get praised, but now one bad post can tank a reputation. The ones who survive this wave will be the ones who adapt, who show humility, who admit when they are out of touch, and stop pretending that they are relatable when they are not. So maybe 2025 is a turning point. Maybe it's the year that we finally stopped worshipping influencers just because they have money, or maybe it's just another character in a never-ending cycle of outrage and reinvention. Either way, the message is clear. The internet is not impressed by empty flexing anymore. Authenticity is back in demand, and if influencers can't adjust, their audience would move on without them. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. This is a series that I've started that's called The Plot Thickens. It's still what I've just done. It's just that, it has a name now called The Plot Thickens with Jewel. And I really do hope you guys enjoyed this supposed first episode. Again, I do have a podcast that you guys can watch, and the title of the podcast is, or the name of the podcast is The Plot Thickens with Jewelamiina. And OGs know why I use the name The Plot Thickens, because one day when I was speaking of Okunta Kinte, I said the plot thickens like my uterus lining. But instead of bleeding through my uterus, I bleed for the drama that is Okunta Kinte, and that's how we got here. But yeah, guys, that's how we got here. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate. I am so late to where I'm meant to go to. I'm actually going swimming, so I need to take a shower before going swimming. you take a shower before you swim, yeah? I think you did this very early. I've been recording since like 8 a.m. and it's currently 11 a.m. I just recorded a video on Sky Jackson and that should be out like before this. But thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all are the best. So thank you guys so much. And thank you until next time. Bye bye. I really do love and appreciate each and every one of you. Until next time. Bye.